DJ Ukulele has put on another disaster class, and I know the game technically is still on as I record this. Got about 10 minutes left, but it's just been embarrassing. The picks, the pick sixes, three interceptions on the night. And in the whole reason why I really want to make this about, DJ specifically, and less about this Florida State team, which a lot of Florida State people are saying that it's probably one of the worst Florida State teams they've seen in a very, very long time. But the reason why I want to talk about DJ is because I feel like I wanted to give him grace. We've talked about him a lot on this channel, and we've talked about him being very mid and suffering for some terrible play calling and some awful offensive weapons. But to be honest with you, this one has a lot to do with DJ just being terrible. He has officially been benched for the young and up and comer. So his day is over, and I'm pretty sure his career as a Florida State cinnamon roll is going to end today too. So what we're going to do is take a peek at the box score, see where and how wrong he did go wrong. And really just put the bow on what is DJ. I think kind of talk about the immediate aftermath after seeing the performance that he had, and kind of see how we go from here, because it's sad. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just look at these stats. As you see this little picture here, DJ Ukulele, 12 for 30, 222 yards, two touchdowns, and three interceptions. One was a deflection. The other ones were just horrendous. He just, like we've talked about in other videos, he just looks stiff back there, man. And he still has the capability to throw a great, amazing football. Like, that's never, no one's ever going to be able to take that away from him. The kid's got arm talent. The kid's a big dog, but he doesn't run the football like he's a big dog. He doesn't have any snappiness when he's back there. He doesn't feel like he trusts any pocket that's ever developed when he's playing, and that just results in terrible play results, I guess you should say. So as far as trying to throw some bail for this performance, I ain't got nothing for him. He had his throwing finger, or one of his fingers, snapped off in half. You know what I'm saying? Very AJ Hawkish fingers there, crooked up in all different which ways, and he had that be a problem. He snapped it back in. Look, the kid's tough. The kid can get after it. But nah, they're using that, I guess, as the excuse. That, the fact that, and I just want to read all these tweets from all these angry Florida State fans. It took DJ's hand almost, his finger almost falling off, for them to finally put DJ on the bench. So we're just going to read a few of these tweets. Then we're going to get into the box score. When getting deeper into the stats, look what Florida State's defense did to allow 42 points. Obviously, it's not their fault when DJ's throwing pick sixes and things of that nature to end off their day and things of that nature. So Mr. Alex Kershaw says, tonight feels like a low point for FSU. It was already a lost season, but getting dragged around by a longtime group of five school that you didn't want in the conference you're trying to leave is unprecedented situation. I have to agree. I can't think of an FSU team that has been less fun to watch. Even the bad teams wouldn't make plays here and there. This is just a mistake-filled, uninspired disaster week after week, and we refuse to try anything different. I don't know how they got to 3-1 and Mike Norvell did not at least try a quarterback change. I'm confused. I don't know how we got into deeper into conference play, and Mike Norvell didn't at least burn just one game of conference play or redshirt play from. And DJ, hey, you saw what Mike Sluka did. You didn't see after starting 0-3. Hey, maybe I should sit this thing down. What's going through your head? What is going through your head? Oh wow! And I'm doing this, and I think George is coming back, so that video is coming very soon. Yeah, they just scored a wide open touchdown. This is hilarious. So y'all watch out for that video coming soon. They were up 30 points. This is the revenge of Atlanta and the revenge of Carson Beck. That video is going to be crazy. But continuing with this video, FSU's losing to Miami's B team. DJU took JJ Castellanos' place as worst FSU quarterback. What's it called? I hate to call out kids, but Morlock should sit down and not see the field again. I have watched. Oh my God, there are Alabama fans crying. This is how it feels watching DJ on an everyday. These Alabama fans are crying. I've watched this team my entire life since before I can remember watching as a kid. Went to FSU during the Jeff Bowden years. Watched the Lost Decade, Jimbo rebuild and collapse, Taggart fail, all of it. None of that compares to how garbage this team is. It's just unreal. Like these are some top tier sad comments. I don't think you can get more topper tier of sadness than what we're looking at right now. This is a little bit crazy, man. FSU wasted all their energy hating on Miami last night. FSU can't compete with schools that the ACC just added. Golly. And, of course, Brock Glenn officially entered the game for FSU. So, first off, appreciate y'all watching these videos. Appreciate y'all checking in on these college football videos. Leave a like on this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Please subscribe if you enjoy college football, videos. Question of the day, is DJU the worst FSU quarterback of all time? I'm going to freak it. I'm going to ask you, who is the worst college football player of all time you can remember? Most embarrassing performance? Leave that down low in the comments. Let's get into the box score. Again, this game is still happening. Big Brock is 0 for 2, so I guess his tenure is starting off great. Again, before we even get into these, and as you can see, they just scored. Georgia, we're gonna get into that game too. But as you can see, and I hope you can see, like, this is, sorry, I just want to lay this out. I don't want to, as we go and tear up DJ and we tear up the offense and we look at the stats, I don't want it to be lost on anybody that this coaching staff clearly has no desire and inspiration to have anything positive when it comes to offensive play calling. It doesn't really seem like they're locked into having a lot of creativity either when it comes to a lot of these plays and play calls. So it's not the most sublime combination there. So I want you to know that they're not working with the best tools in the tool shed. This offensive coordinator, this regime seems to have seems to have been put into a place where they just feel like they just don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to do anything. They don't want to add anything. Oh, wow. Alabama is phenomenal. I'm sorry. Y'all have to be watching this again. Ryan Williams is a mutant, by the way. You're going to see that in this next video. I apologize. They just scored a one-play touchdown to a 17-year-old. Do you know he's 17? Continuing on, the lack of creativity when it comes to the Seminoles, the lack of efficient play calling, the lack of giving actual access to deeper play callings for DJU has to be talked about, stated, and overstated again before I get into this, and then restate that DJU is probably the worst Power 5 starting college quarterback. It comes down to, like we talked about beforehand, being a brick, being super stiff, and then on top of that, just not seemingly having any confidence in what he's doing and how he's cooking. So I have no idea. I have no idea how that you look at DJU after those first two games, dog. After the first two games, I don't know how you look at him and say, hey, we don't need to put something into this offense. We don't need to reinvigorate or catalyze this team as a whole. And if you think the plank DJU was the solution to that, I don't think Mr. Norvell's job is as secure as he probably thought it was when he ended up the regular season 13-0. That's what we'll say. So going over here, and we talked all this talk. I want to talk about SMU for a second because we've talked about how awful DJU is. You know how bad he is. You know how painfully, terribly mid he is. I want to talk about Mr. Kevin Jennings. Now, we talked about Preston Stone being benched, right, in the lead-up video, right, and we kind of talked about how Kevin Jennings seemed to be this different flavor, a little bit more explosive, and can do a lot of things in a different way in fashion. And I got to tell you, him and Brashard Smith, I believe he's ex-Miami running back, God dang, they put on show. Brashard Smith went for 17 carries, 129. another running back, and this is what I talk about, potent run games and be able to control the game. And then another 15 carries for 53 yards from Mr. Roderick Daniels too. Rashard actually had to leave. Brashard. I call him Rashard. Brashard had to leave for a second due to injury, so he popped back in. So that was cool and crispy to see. To make sure that he was good to go there. 7.6 average, you know what I'm saying, getting after it in a big way. Kevin Jennings, 16 for 23, 254, 3 touchdowns, gets the job done as well. And, of course, it helps when DJU is just gifting your defense pick sixes and putting things in places in specific ways. But a nice little spread here of the situations in there. But I really do want to look at this game cast and look at some of the dominance that was being put out. And look at some of these. Yeah, let's go full play by play, man. Let's pop this open full play by play. And then we're gonna run through this, and I think we're gonna just go ahead and start ending this off there. But here we go. Touchdown, 11 play, 75-yard, 5-minute backbreaker. FSU comes back and responds with a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of life in them, a little bit of life in them like that. 6-play punter, then we go punter, then we go punter, and then DJ Ugalagaluga on 3rd and 2 gets a little too spicy and does that. They capitalize. FSU punts, misses a field goal, which is pretty sad when you think about it. And then FSU can't get the job done on downs. 4th and 2. This I believe this. Yeah, this is the 4th and goal. I want to talk about this play. This play is the biggest reason why I have an issue with DJU right now, and I'm okay calling him one of the worst quarterbacks of all time. I referenced in some of my other videos how he's big, he's like 250, just a stout guy, 6'4", whatever. He does not run the ball like it. And I'm not saying that he needs to change his ways and have to play like a Jalen Milroe type. I'm not saying that. But if I'm calling a quarterback run on 4th and goal, dog, I'm gonna need you to put your arse behind it and go ahead and get us these 2 yards. And it didn't seem like it could happen. Getting safety, or was it safety or cornerback? It was a DB, slices underneath. By the way, running back's got to have a better block. Slices underneath the running back lead block and then cleans up a DJU, just slices his legs. He's out there running like a 250-pound Bambi. It's not phenomenal. It's not great. DJ's season's coming to a very, very sad conclusion. I think this is the last football we've seen of him. If you're an FSU fan, I think that's pretty good. I think we can look for greener pastures, and hopefully this lights something under this a coaching staff to really get something cooking and really give whoever's back there taking snaps a little bit more to work with, because right now it's not the best situation. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all watching, man. You leave a like on this video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, man. If you're an FSU fan, or you a SMU fan, shout out to SMU. Again, this is as much as I came to talk about DJU, I talked about I like my man Jennings, but also, and on top of that, this is a great way to open up the conference. This is a great way to open up conference play. Starting off 1-0, they're going to handle business, and we'll see if they are truly a presence in the ACC. But you'd be great. You'd be amazing. Subscribe if you want to watch college football gameplay, man. Or not gameplay, college football videos. We will see you next time. Take it easy.